Well, hello and welcome, everybody, to the Hemp and Denim Show. I'm your host, Hemp Meadows.
And I'm Denim Sky.
And we're broadcasting to you live and remote from somewhere at an undisclosed location deep within the heart of Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes, and we're fresh off a very relaxing and productive vacation at St. Pete's Beach, Florida.
Yeah, so we'll talk about our vacation a little bit on this segment, but Denim, first, tell everybody where they can find us.
You can find us on Facebook and YouTube, and on the go, you can get us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play.
So that's great. So we're kind of all over the internet right
We're
now.
podcasting, baby.
Yeah, we're podcasting.
Yeah.
So we just got back from a vacation, like you said, and this was a little bit unique because if you know anything about Denim and I, you know that we like to have fun and play hard and work hard, and so we had a little bit of a working vacation.
It didn't start out that way, but it quickly became a big production.
So we jumped on a plane and took the 1.5-hour flight. It's a flyer flight. It's a firefight, actually. It was a flight to Tampa.
Tampa.
It only took an hour and a half.
It was very nice.
It took me that long to get out of even being able to say it. I just got back from vacation, folks. You have to remember that. So, anyway, we took the 1.5-hour flight to Tampa. So it's so quick and easy. And then you hooked us up with a rental car.
Yeah, we had a rental car.
Yeah,
and
we picked a Ford Fusion.
It was a hybrid.
A hybrid.
That was fun, wasn't it?
It ran
was so
on
quiet.
electricity. Yeah, 500 miles. Yeah, I still had 200 miles left by the time I turned it in.
Too bad we paid for gas ahead of time. I don't think it used any of it.
I don't think it used any gas, but it was a fabulous little car. We used it. We packed all of our gear in there, including my guitar, which I took with me because we decided since we were going to be down there, why don't we just shoot a music video?
Yes, well, we decided that we booked the vacation, and then I thought, wow, we're going to be in Florida. It's so different from Nashville. And we have this new song that we just finished mastering called Follow Your Heart. And it just seemed like, wow, why can't we just do two things at once?
Yeah,
so we
take
did.
advantage of the time being there with a completely different location and locale. And we thought we would just, shoot a music video on the beach because this new song is called Follow Your Heart. And if you know anything about Hemp and Denim, that's exactly what we're doing. That's our mission, is to help you to follow your heart, whatever that is, because our heart is really built around helping people to look better and feel better, and most of all, us. Look better and feel better, right?
Well, we're trying hard on that. With what little time we have left, we're trying to live with as much gusto as possible,
That's right. So if not now, when?
Yeah. So we had a great year, and this vacation was kind of a celebratory vacation,
It was, because it was last year, 2018, that we decided to make a full point press on our music career.
Exactly.
And to start working together as a duo.
Yep.
And we recorded our first EP, which was 6 songs that we started in the last week of December. So this was basically a January 1st to January 1st episode for us, and an adventure where we wrote a total of 9 songs.
Well, you wrote them, sweetheart.
Yeah. So, she's my muse and inspiration, but basically we wanted to celebrate the fact that we did something that was extraordinary. We made up our mind that we were going to produce, first of all, just one song. We felt like we had a song that was worthy of being recorded, which is a pretty high bar in my book. And we started working with a producer, and Jim Frazier is his name, and he was fabulous to work with. And we produced our first song, which led to a second, which led to a 4-song EP. And then I quickly wrote 2 other songs to complement that and kind of finish it up. And we wound up with a 6-song EP, which we turned into a CD.
Yes, which is a collector's item available.
That's right. We only produced 1,000 of them.
HempMeadows.com.
There's a few of them left if you'd like to get one. We have a way that you might be able to do that. But
then we also did videos.
Well, you have to put in your email address first.
My email address?
Yeah. No, not yours. Well, I have your email address. I got all your data and information. I've got it.
If you go to HempMeadows.com and join Team Hemp, and put in the notes you saw us on the podcast, we'll send you an autographed CD.
Exactly.
So, but I think
it's a collector's item. It's a CD, and we wanted to show that we could produce a CD and produce a work of art in the process, and a collectible.
Exactly.
And we did that, and we also produced 4 videos.
4 videos.
Along with it.
one live video at our sold out show.
Yeah, we did a one sold out show.
Yeah.
One song, one show sold out.
Yeah, sold out.
And we did that at
That
the
was
time.
September.
Yeah, after we had enough material together off the
Exactly.
EP that we could do a show.
And we have our Hemp Meadows website.
Yep.
Our Hemp Meadows CBD website is almost ready to launch.
That's the other big deal that we had happen this last year was we put a deal together to put the finest line of CBD infused products in the market available to you. It's the only one that I'll put my name on. It is the Hemp Meadows CBD line, soon to be expanding because we've got a great relationship with Lab Canna here in Nashville, although we did source several other companies and we brought in their products and talked with them and looked at all the different options that we had, and we came right back to Josh Camp, and our CBD line is just really taken off. So it's been a blessing. We're so thankful for it on a personal basis. We wanted to make it available to you at Hemp Meadows CBD.
Yeah, that's right. And so that was all the accomplishments we had last year, which was quite a few. And so we wanted to take a celebratory vacation and mostly to be able to hit the ground running for 2019.
Yeah, because we've got a business strategy. I mean, that's one of the things, if you're going to get into business and it's not just a hobby, but you really want to make something of it, you need to put together a plan, a business plan, a strategy, and figure out what are we trying to accomplish, what do we want to do. And so even with this vacation, we did that. And we had a blast doing it because the most fun we can have is appearing on stage together. And if it's not on stage, it's doing a video together. And so we decided to, we had this new song called Follow Your Heart, which I know you're going to love because it's, like I said, it's all about following your heart. And that's what we're doing. And that's been the greatest joy. And it was to follow our passion. And fortunately, we have a shared passion. And I think that's one of the keys to our relationship is that we've always been able to find some things that we both love to do together. And your passion.
Besides drinking.
Yeah, besides drinking and besides, we have to.
And bacon.
And what? And bacon?
Bacon.
Oh. We do have a shared affinity for bacon.
We do.
Who doesn't? But anyway, that having been said, if you can pursue your passion with a purpose, then you might have a chance to really have a lot of fun together. And if not now, when? And that's what we decided to do, full force.
Yeah, we packed a lot of luggage. We took so much stuff down there.
I thought you were going to say we packed a lot of living into a little bit
Well,
of time.
we did. We packed a lot of living and a lot of luggage.
Yeah.
And we took lots of stuff
We
down
don't even
there.
we don't even have an entourage yet.
I had to buy
It looked like
luggage
we
to
did.
take this trip. I didn't have enough.
Well, we're going to shoot a music video.
I know. And thankfully, I was able to find some good clothes down there at St. Pete's Beach.
So we'll tell you more about the video later, but it was our first outside shot. Or a shoot outside is really unpredictable because you're dealing with weather. And so that was a whole nother story. We'll tell you about that. We had a new guy that we were working with as a video director. He wasn't really a director. He was a shooter. We direct ourselves, basically, which explains
I
a
said,
lot.
You go over there. He said, you go over there.
You say this. You, please, get off the set. Thank you. We don't need you here at all. Who invited you again? No, but and it was the first time we'd used a drone, which was a blast.
That was a blast.
It was very, very cool. It's the first time we shot on the beach.
On the beach.
We also have a rooftop bar scene, which was incredible,
it was
overlooking the
incredible.
ocean. That was fantastic. And we gave away our CDs to different people where we were shopping.
Yeah.
And then incredibly, we came back later, like 2 or 3 days later, and they were playing our CD in the shop.
I know. It was so exciting.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man, if you want to have the biggest rush of your musical career, have that happen to you. It's right up there with hearing yourself on the radio. I mean, it's a total blast. So,
Well, this little town, you have to understand, it's on a isthmus. It's a thin. It's just got one road that goes around, and it's one block
Yeah.
plus the houses that are on the intercoastal. On the other side's the Gulf of Mexico, so it's a very small community. It's mostly little cottages
Yeah.
and some small motels and
Yeah.
hotels and
yeah,
stuff.
little boutique hotels.
And it's got what's been called the shortest main street in America. It's 8th Street. It's really only a block and a half of stores with a.
Well, you only
pier
have
on
a
the
block
end.
and a half before you're on the beach again.
Yeah, that's
so.
all there is. You go out the door, you're there or there.
So it's really great because we had a 1-bedroom apartment above a garage as a little B&B that you discovered online. And it was fabulous because we were steps away from the beach. And
We could make as much noise as we wanted.
we had our own. We had our own fully put together kitchen, so we could go and
Yeah.
get food
We
and
went
bring it
shopping
home.
and
The best meals we had were the best meals we cooked,
it's true.
which we're pretty good at
They
doing
were
that.
good, yeah.
And we know how to set up and like make it livable immediately. So we moved in and took over, and it was great because it provided a foundation for us to be able, like for instance, to shoot the videos and be able to come back and then have meetings and stuff like that.
Change clothes, go back
Change
out,
clothes,
shoot
go
some
back
more.
out. So we did that, and our week, in fact, the week went so fast because we spent 2 days shooting the video.
And
then,
3 days recovering from shooting the
Yeah.
video.
a couple of days recovering. 'Cause
I spent a lot of the vacation in a prone position.
Yeah. Well, the thing about shooting a video is it's very intense. And we were shooting with a new guy, and we're shooting outdoors, and we had to accommodate the weather and try to work that into the video and all the different things we were doing with that. But it worked out really, really well because I think we got all this great footage. We put it on a hard drive and sent it back up to Sean Hudkins, who's our video editor, and he's in the process of editing everything that we shot down there.
So maybe on the next episode we might have a short clip or maybe some stills from it. But it was a lot of work.
It was intense.
And subscribe to our podcast so you won't miss the details about shooting the video. If you're an artist yourself, maybe you'll pick up a few pointers of learn from our mistakes or.
That's right. We should put a thing together. Learn from our mistakes. That's a new segment we're coming out with, right?
That'd be good.
Yeah.
But we worked so hard
Yeah.
that the day after we were done shooting, that was the third day there, we were completely wiped out.
Yeah. So we had to really kind of recover, but we had so much more we wanted to do. First of all, we just wanted to get away from Nashville for a little bit of time. We really deserved the vacation with everything that we had done the year before.
Exactly.
And we felt like we deserved it, which was great.
We rationalized it.
And we went
every
out, we
way.
walked on the beach every day, and we didn't over-medicate, although it was fantastic. We had, it's Florida, and we did have a fantastic connection. That's all I can say. My name is Hemp Meadows, after all. So it doesn't take long in any city.
That worked out great.
So I am the connection to the connection. And that leads me to a plug I'd like to make about our own CBD line.
Okay, that'd be all right.
It's a great segue,
Make
you have
it
to admit.
short.
Because I'm going to tell you what, with connections like I've got, I knew who to go to as far as CBD was concerned. And I wanted to make the best available. I was not going to put my name on anything except for the very best, because this is a signature line of CBD products. And we're very, very excited about being able to make it available because we use them every day, and thankfully so.
Well, let's take some now, and then we can.
Right on the air? You want to take some right on the air?
take some.
Is this legal? Actually, it is legal in all 50 states, folks. So don't worry about that. If you order it live online, you don't have to be live. You can be any condition you want to be. Just order it. And then I'll tell you what, we'll ship it out to you in any 50 states. We even put this in our luggage without fear. So that shows you how great it is. So we usually take 1 milliliter a day. This is a half. I'll take this right now, and I took some earlier this morning.
Okay. Somebody was asking me how long you hold it in your mouth. You only have to hold it at like 60 seconds under your tongue, but it's pretty good. But
You know what I like about it is the taste.
It tastes good.
One of the things that was important was we tried a whole bunch of other stuff, and we have a little bit of mint that's in this that just makes it almost delectable. So we had a lot of highs and lows, a lot more highs than lows on this trip. The first high we had was doing the music video.
That was a high.
And then later on, we also did an open mic. So we thought, as long as we're in town, why don't we just hit some clubs with I got a guitar, I got my gal, and we're Hemp Denim. Why not show up? We're recording artists from Nashville. And it was great because we found this little club called The Hideaway with some people from Nashville that had moved down to St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
Put the club together.
Well, I did a lot of research trying to find open mics, and I wanted to find a good one because I thought if we're down there, we should at least play. And they had a very interesting way of registering the performers. I don't think I'll tell anyone.
No, we can get
here,
into that
but-
later.
Yeah, but it was pretty good how they did it. But yeah, we sang.
Doing an open mic, it was
like-
fabulous.
yeah,
And
it
we
was
also
fun.
did a house party.
We did a house party.
While we were down there as well, too. I mean, the place that we were staying, we're going to put some pictures up because there were so many quaint places. This was a beach house that was fabulous, and we were in the garage above, 1 bedroom, the scenario, and it was plenty big for us for 10 days. And we just had a great time there, and our host was fabulous. And she put together a party for us because we gave her a CD. And once again, this was another blast. Was she was downstairs? She has this incredible outdoor area with a fire pit and a built-in kitchen and the whole thing, and sound system. And she was playing our CD
That was
on her
nice.
Bose sound system. And I remember I was listening. I was upstairs, and I could kind of hear the music, and I was going. But it was kind of faint because you could just kind of hear it, and I didn't know who it was. But it's like that's good, and then I tuned into it, and I went, "Holy, that's London Town," which is like that's the song that everybody just seems like they love that song and Ride, and so it was just these are like little moments, and then we had some other ones that were
Remember, we went on
fabulous.
a dolphin watching cruise.
Yeah, we went on a
That was
cruise.
fun on a sailboat
yeah, and
with Captain what was it?
Cecil.
Captain Cecil.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
gave a CD to the girl that was there because, it's like you check in, it's like, I'm Hemp Meadows, this is Denim Sky. And she's like going, oh, that's so cool. And we went, yeah, we're down here from Nashville shooting a music video. And she goes, oh, that's so cool. And so she starts talking about music that she loves. None of it was country music, by the way. It was all rock and roll from the 60s and 70s. And we said, well, then you're going to love our stuff. We wound up giving her a CD, which
Yeah.
she did. And the next day, because we set up the trip to go out the next day, right? Because we
Right.
were just down there buying some food and stuff, and we found this place, and they were going out, and so we said, we can't do it now, we'll do it tomorrow. In the meantime, she listened to our CD, and we come up, and now it's, oh, Hemp and Denim, hey, how you doing? Great. And then, believe it or not, I think I might have mentioned to you, I ran into her in the grocery store. I'm like
Oh,
in
really?
the produce section, and I'm like getting some salad stuff and everything, and I hear, Hemp, is that you? And I'm going, St. Petersburg, St. Pete's Beach. Somebody knows me, and it was her from the
That's so
dolphin.
cool. Yeah, we saw a few dolphins in the water.
Yeah, it was really great to get out on the water. I love that. And so we did that. We did the house party. We did the open mic. We did the music video. Then we went to the Salvador Dali Museum,
Dali, yes.
which was fantastic.
That was really fun.
I've been into surrealism for so long. I mean, because life is totally surreal, right? I mean, when you get down to it. So when you're a kid and you're growing up and you discover Dali, you kind of go, oh, yeah. Can I relate to that? Absolutely. So it was fabulous to go there. It was the second time we've been there.
They've got a really good cafe if you ever get a chance to go down.
One of the best meals
And,
out we had.
If you ever want to do some good research on merchandise,
Yeah.
their store is like Merch Central. They've got so much Dolly
know how to do
stuff
it.
that everything.
And then I had another high. Well, first of all, we did the virtual reality
Oh yeah, the virtual reality at the Dolly Museum.
where
was
you go
unbelievable.
inside. If you're not familiar with virtual reality or whatever, you need to be because it's transformative technology. How would you like to go inside of a Dali painting? That is a trip. That is a major, major trip. And we went back twice.
Yeah,
to go
we got
through it.
back in line and did it again. It was
Incredible.
so exciting.
And
It almost actually now I guess I will go to an IMAX movie. I haven't been wanting to go, but on this virtual reality tour, we were up. It takes you up to the very top of a tower, and you're poised to fall like thousands of feet. It's just very takes your breath away.
so, as far as other stuff that we did, we gave out a bunch of CDs, which was very, very cool, like I mentioned. And so we had really, I can't think of any lows that we had. We had a bunch of highs. What was another high that maybe you can think of, Denim?
Well, I really enjoyed,
you enjoyed?
the shopping. I mean, there's only like
knew?
6 or 7 stores in this little downtown, so I kind of made a point to buy something in every store. And thankfully,
You just wanted to treat the merchants nicely.
I was
didn't
being
you?
nice to the merchants.
Well, but what was so cool was that each one of these stores was a boutique in and of itself.
They
It
had
its own
really nice
thing.
clothes.
Yeah.
I have to say, I've got 2
Very cool.
outfits in the video that I bought down there.
In the video.
Yeah.
I mean, you took, like you said, a lot of luggage
took a
down
lot of
there,
stuff.
And then we wind up buying something there that goes in
Yeah.
the video.
Exactly.
But it was Johnny Was.
The old Johnny Was, made
Yeah,
in China.
old Johnny Was.
China, made in China.
So anyway, his stuff was really, really good, and the color was perfect for you. And so these little stores, almost all of them are from people that would have been kind of like us, that decided, screw it, I'm going to go to Pass-A-Grille and open up a little store, or a little restaurant or something. Get away from the all the stuff, all the crap, the bullshit, everything, and just relax in my life. And so everybody that's there has made a commitment to that lifestyle. And of course, everybody that comes there wants to tap into that lifestyle for a week or two or a month or
Yeah,
whatever.
the whole
So it is
atmosphere was
mellow.
very, very mellow.
Yeah, totally mellow.
And we had a
I mean,
breakfast at the
here's
Seahorse Cafe.
yeah.
Remember that?
Let me give you an example of how mellow it is because I want to mention this. It was so cool. Like I'm walking down the street, like this one main street, which is like 2 blocks long, with the Seahorse anchors it on one end, the beach on the other, and there's these little shops that are there, and there's little places you can sit out along the way. And there's this really nice guy that's sitting out there having a conversation with one of the shop owners, which we'd met
Eddie.
the day before.
Yeah.
Because we shot a video in front of this guy's store. You'll see it. It's got 2 incredible red doors. And I just asked the guy, hey, do you think? And he turned out to be this really super cool guy that looked like he was from ZZ Top and was fabulous. He was another one of these guys from Detroit. There he is, all these years later. He's just living the life. And he went, yeah, sure, man, no problem. Shoot out in front. No, it'd be great. So you'll see this. But he was sitting there talking with this really cool black guy. They're just having this nice conversation. And I walked up and made some comment or something and joined the conversation. And, he wound up asking me, what we were doing down here. I said, hey, my wife and I are from Nashville. We're recording artists and we're shooting a video. And he goes, oh, I'm in the music business. And so we just started chatting. And, I said, well, where were you based? He said, in London. I lived in London for the last 12 years. And I went, man, that's incredible. I got a great song about London. He says, but he goes, I just moved down here. I wouldn't want to live anyplace else. This is it. I said, why'd you move here from London? He said, I got tired of the dreary, cold and wet. And it's always like that. It sounds like Nashville to me. So anyway, he says, I moved down here for 3 years, 3 years ago. I've got my kids in great schools. I'm having a great time living the life. And I said, well, who did you used to play with? He says, well, I played with Sting. And it turns out that he replaced Branford Marsalis in Sting's band and played with Sting for almost a dozen years.
Yeah, he was a very interesting guy.
Just a
we
mellow,
had a great conversation with him.
Having a great time. And that's how mellow the area is. And it was just like that. The other guy that I met that was really cool was at the Dali Museum.
I know. That was interesting.
And I look over, and there's this private docent. Docent is the person that takes you around and introduces you to the pictures and tells you what they're all about and everything. And she was leading a tour of 2 people, a couple, husband and wife, older, looked kind of wealthy and everything, but very discreet. And I happened to be standing at a picture that they came over to. And so she made some comment about Dali and the symbolism of this. And so the guy goes, yes, well, that seems like it was about death. And she goes, you're the first person to ever guess that about this Dali painting. And I kind of nosed in and I said, well, actually, I knew that myself, but I was a little shy and I wanted to see if Sam actually knew the answer. Well, Sam was Sam Donaldson. And he laughed and she laughed, and it was great. And they loved it. We had this wonderful little chit-chat right there in the Dali. And if you know Sam Donaldson,
you might have to say
don't.
who.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
Donaldson
Sam Donaldson was the White House correspondent for ABC News from 1967 to 2003. So he's like a walking history book. I mean, he is an amazing guy. He saw it all. From 1967... Chicago riots at the Democratic National Convention were 68. He got in a year before that. He went through Watergate, Nixon, all the way through the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. He is a walking...
2002?
Yeah.
Wow.
A walking history book. So it was amazing just to be able to meet him, and he couldn't have been nicer. Just a great guy.
Yeah, that was fun.
So, just little things like that along the way, And other people that we met while we were there at Pass-A-Grille. Mm-hmm. So we'll get into talking more about the music video because I want you to understand what the process of putting it, an enterprise together. It makes you feel like we've talked about what it must be like to to put a movie together on location where you're going to be out there for 3 months or 6 months. We were just there for 2 days. It was a major undertaking. And
I'd like to talk more about, do we have any lows from the vacation?
Lows.
I have a low.
Okay.
I bought a book at the airport, And then Hemp started reading it, so I didn't have a book to read.
That's the baddest you can get. That's
Well,
your low.
now I've got carpal tunnel from being on my phone. I have tingliness in my.
You do?
I do. I have to wean myself off of it because I was just on my phone all the time. It was really, really bad. I
It
wish.
sounds like you need some of Hemp Meadows CBD pain cream, which will be out soon.
But seriously, I was on my phone way too much, and I have to kind of break the habit.
I'm glad you recognize
Yeah.
that because I don't know if you're like me, but I hate being with somebody that's on their phone. It's like, why am I here? You know.
Do you have any lows? Maybe Tommy Bahama related?
You know the lows. I don't know. The low was the weather, I guess.
We did have two
Florida
really
in
warm
January.
days.
Yeah, Florida in January is iffy. Okay, and if you're going to take what you get. The rates are the cheapest because you're going to take what you get. You don't ever really know. And we look down there, and of course, here's the thing, and we'll get more about this in the video, but the low for me was the stress that I had going on vacation was based around shooting a music video the first 2 days that we're there. We get in Thursday night. Friday is a shoot date where we also have to scout locations. And then Saturday's a shoot date. Now, Friday it showed rain. We're supposed to shoot a video. It shows rain. Saturday, it shows partly cloudy. So rain, and then maybe it moves out. So, I mean, the stress I had, I almost canceled it. I got up at I think it was 2 o'clock in
You
the
didn't
morning.
even sleep the whole night. before.
No, because I almost called the videographer and said, let's just, pull it because, we can't shoot in the rain. I'm not going to spend the money and the time and the effort and everything that goes into it if it's going to rain. I mean, that's not the point. And guess what? We had nothing but wind that day leading up to a massive storm that night. So
Right after we finished.
we were able to shoot all day.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what we came up with, but it's windy, whatever it is. I know that. And then Sunday, it didn't clear out until like late in the afternoon.
I mean, Saturday when we were shooting?
Saturday. It didn't clear out. So, this massive storm comes in, and then it's like, it just, that was the biggest low for me, was a lot of, and the first outdoor shoot, the unpredictability of the weather, and also shooting with a new guy that we'd never shot with before.
Well, the other thing that's a low is it's what's called Florida hair. And anyone that lives in Florida, I think with curly hair knows about it. It's very different down in Florida. You can't control the hair at all. So I was kind of thankful for the wind. It sort of.
So your lows was Florida hair, and what was the other one?
I can't remember. I've already.
What was the other one that was the big low?
Being on your phone?
Oh,
being
yeah,
on your
the
phone
carpal
too
tunnel.
much.
Yeah.
Being on your phone too much in her hair. Those were the lows. It can't get any worse than that. So I guess
Yeah,
it turned out okay.
it was pretty good.
Because we had more highs than lows.
We had way more highs than lows.
So, one of the things that we want to share with you is that we're following our heart. This is what we do. What you do, believe me, that's your business. But we want to encourage you to do it and find something that you and your spouse can have fun doing and enjoy it to the max, because this is your moment. This is your life. It will never come again. And the moments that we had down there, we will treasure. Maybe not forever, but for a long time. And we'll have that video. We'll always have that video.
We'll always have the video. But one of the things that was great, I thought, was I was thinking, oh, too bad we didn't schedule the shoot later because then we could rest first. But actually, it was better because we got it over with, like pulling off a Band-Aid. We hit the ground running. We got this video done. And then we didn't really have anything to do except discretionary things until we came home. And in fact, we extended the trip. 5 nights.
Yeah.
We didn't want to come home.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't long enough.
No, it
with
wasn't
everything
long
we
enough.
were doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that reminds me of something. It's like tearing off the Band-Aid and just getting into it. It reminds me of, remember when we saw the first time we went to a Tony Robbins event?
I do remember
it was going to be the Firewalk.
Yeah.
And if you've never been to a Tony Robbins Firewalk, you've got to do it because it freaks you out completely.
It really does.
And it was a 3-day event called the Firewalk Experience. So we knew we were going to do it. When we get there, there's all these people. It's 300 or 400 people there, and he comes out and he does this talk, and you're kind of going, Tony Robbins, wow, he's a freaky guy, and he knows what I'm thinking or whatever. And everybody's kind of nervous because they know they're going to do the Firewalk, but you don't know when. And so he has this way of disarming you with what? Humor. Humor is the best way to disarm people. So he starts talking, throwing in some jokes and making fun. And he's just like, well, what's the worst thing that can possibly happen to you when you're walking on the Firewalk? And people go, oh, that you'd burn your feet. He goes, no, it's not that. It's that you would trip and fall and burn your face.
That is worse.
And so everybody's like laughs, right?
Yeah.
So it's like breaks your pattern of like fear, which is what this whole exercise is about. But the next thing is he goes, well, we're going to have a lot of fun on the Firewalk experience, which we're going to do tonight, which was the first night
I
we
know,
were there. And
everyone's
everybody
going,
was like freaking the fuck out because you're going, you're thinking, okay, we'll be ready for it by the third day. That'll be the coup de grace. The end of the whole thing is the build up. Now we're going to walk on fire. No, that's tonight. So I mean, that's kind of what we did with and so you learn things like that. One of the things you learn is to not be afraid of facing your fear and just going for it. And so that's what we did. And in spite of all the odds or whatever, we decided we're going to shoot this video and make the weather behave. We couldn't do that, but we got it done.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful place down there in St. Pete's.
Well, so this has been our show for today. We want to thank you so much for being around and for being not only just an advocate, but being a subscriber. So if you go to hempmeadows.com, we have a place where you can sign up for #TeamHemp and join the party. We're doing a lot of really cool stuff. And tell us what you think about the show. We're doing this podcast because we want to be able to communicate with our fans and also explore the opportunity to get to know, I guess, each other a little bit better too, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
So subscribe. And we got a lot of places where you can do that, right? You want to run it down again?
Yeah, you can watch us on Facebook or YouTube or take us on the go at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play.
Man, that sounds great. So I'm Hemp, this is Denim, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.
Bye for
for
now.
now.